Hey guys, welcome back to Old School's Garage. Well, I'm back on the 64 Falcon. Seen last week I got the engine finally in, set down in there, and the mock-up engine is now finally in. Here's what we're going to do today. I'm going to go ahead and get the engine tilty thing off, undo this header, get it off. It's only just held on with a couple of zip ties. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and tap a couple of bolt holes and actually bolt the headers on. Picked up some bolts from work last week, and get that done, get the headers on. Before I put this header on, before I put the driver's side header on though, I think I'm going to go ahead and put the steering box in, and then when I get the header back in the seat, because the last time I tried this with the engine just held in by the hoist, the one pipe on the header was hitting. So now that the actual engine's in where it's supposed to be, we'll see what it's doing, see if it's hitting. So, and then after that, we'll see what we can do from there. Right now, I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and get you guys set up somewhere over here. And go ahead and this way I can go ahead and get the tilty thing off the engine. And we'll go ahead and just tap a couple of the holes. Be right back. All right. Go ahead and get this off. Alright, I think I'm going to move you guys just for a minute here. Bring you up here to this side. I'm sure the last thing you want to look at is the back of the knee. Come on. Oh, there you go. Get out of there. Alrighty. One engine tilty thing off. All right, now you see it looks a lot better now without the engine tilter in the way of the intake. So next, like I said, I think we're going to go ahead and cut these zip ties and get this header out of the way. And get a pair of side cuts, cut those. And so there we go. So that header's out of the way. And so I'm going to go ahead and just tap a couple of the holes for the flange. And we'll go ahead and see and get a couple of these header on the passenger side here bolted in. All right. What I'm doing is just going ahead and run the tap in a little bit. Back out. Get rid of any debris that might be in there. Run it back in. And so now it's nice and clean. I got a couple of ones done over here. And that should be good. You only need like 2 just for right now. Let me go ahead and get that header and we'll see how it looks over here. Okay, so here's the passenger side header. I just want to tell you a little bit about the headers that we're going to be putting in there. So these are actually, I believe, what they are is big block Chevy, Tri-5 Chevy headers. And then what guys usually do to make them fit the FE is they'll actually take and cut the big block Chevy flanges off and then weld on the FE flanges. Unfortunately, you do have to bend a couple of pipes, add a couple of inches here and there to the pipes, but I believe that's what these are. I picked these up from a friend of mine up in Maryland, and I'll throw a couple pictures in here of his car that he's building. It's an AFX car, so he moved the rear wheels forward, moved the front wheels forward. And unfortunately, his strut bars, you see how my strut bars come up and then angle up? His do not. His just go down at an angle. It's mimicking another car that that inspired him to build that one. So we're gonna go ahead and see what we can do and get this one set up there. All right, let's see what we can do here. I got a couple bolts. And a ratchet. Goes right there. Tell you what, I think I'm going to bring you guys right back so you don't want to see me struggling with this thing. All right, there we go. That's a little bit of screaming, yelling, cursing. We got it in, but still a little loose. I didn't tighten the bolts up all the way. I really just wanted to get it hung up here to make sure everything was okay. See, we got probably clearance in between the firewall and the header itself, and if we can. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, we got plenty of area between the tire and it. And it's actually there. What I might do is raise the front of the car up a little bit. May get some maybe 2-inch blocks or whatever just to raise the front end up just a little bit more. Give a little more of that gas a look. All right, so I think next up what we're gonna do is we're gonna fight with the steering gear and see if we can get that in. And as soon as we get set up, I'll bring you right back. Alrighty, so I had to move the Z bar out of the way. Let's see if we can get it from going this way. We may have to jack the car up, which is what it's looking like, because I don't think I'm able to get it past the engine. Oh, wait. There we go. Yep. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like the engine's gonna have to get jacked up. The car's gonna have to get jacked up, so we can get this in there. So, all right, let me go ahead and get that done, and I'll bring you guys back. Alrighty, so we got a bolt started there. Go ahead and get it snugged up just a little bit here. Uh-oh. Hold on a second. All right, here we go. Oh, hey, wrong side. Switch over to the impact driver. Alright, so that's in. I know the Z-bar is going to work regardless, but so I guess next up we'll see if we can get the header in. Go ahead and tap out a couple bolts over here on this side, make sure we can get them in. And then what I'll do is I'll bring you guys back after I got them tapped out and we'll get the header setting up there. All right, guys, we'll be back in just a little bit. All right, there it is. A little more cursing and screaming, but we got it in there. Now, what I did notice on here is, and which we knew this was probably going to happen, was that back pipe is resting right on top of the steering box. So we're probably gonna have to dimple that just a little bit, which if anybody has watched Engine Masters, they showed where they actually demolished the set of headers and the car never lost any type of horsepower or torque. So a little ding here and there is not gonna hurt it. But wow, there it is. It's got headers on it. It's freestanding by itself. Oh, this looks so good. Now let's see. Now, one more thing we were fighting, which I'm hoping now is still going to be okay. Put that out of the way. Alrighty. And we got plenty of room between it and the master cylinder. So good. And so we're all good there. And guys, I have 3 sets of valve covers, and once I get the other set, I'm probably gonna put a poll up, see what everybody thinks is better. Because I'm gonna have a set of chrome, a set of these that say Thunderbird, and then I have another set that says powered by Ford, or Ford powered. So probably what I'll do is when that happens, I'll put up a poll and see what everybody thinks I should run. I kind of dig the Thunderbird ones, only because that's what the engine came out of, but then the one that say powered by Ford, also kind of dig too, but then I also kind of like the chrome ones because it's kind of like a day 2 type modification you would have done on your car. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I think that's going to end it for today, or for right now. And I'm going to take a break here and see if we might get some more done. All right, guys, I'll be back in a little while. All right, guys. Well, I think that's going to be all for today. I think I'm just going to spend a little time here off camera cleaning up the mess that has been all over this car and everything. Get that all taken care of. But I did put the a set of valve covers on there and an air cleaner just to show you guys. Let me show you what we got. So there it is. Those are the ones that say Thunderbird. The other ones I looked, they don't say nothing at all. They're blank. So it'll probably be between these and a set of chrome ones. I am going to run that air cleaner for right now. As far as I know, I'd like to maybe go to like Velocity Stacks or something like that. I don't know. Just right now. But for right now, that'll be fine to run. And all right, guys. Well, thanks again for hanging out with me while I get some work done here on the car. And be sure to share, like, and subscribe to the channel. And also, I do have merch hanging out there on bonfire.com. There is a link in the profile that'll take you over to Bonfire, so this way you can check it out. I got shirts, hat, and a coffee mug right now. But again, thanks a lot for hanging out, and be sure to share, like, and subscribe. Thanks for hanging out at Old School's Garage. Until next time, later.